Welcome back to the Big Club. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something that is simple but yet, hidden in plain sight. People don't actually recognize what is this thing about. So it's time we talk about it. Have you ever asked yourself, why do all of these celebrities all of a sudden love wearing masks? Why do these influential people love wearing masks in public? I'm not talking about the pandemic masks. I'm talking about the masks that they wear at the Met Gala, the face covering hoods at fashion shows, the eyes wide shut style parties you are never invited to, the ones where celebrities show up without a face. To the simple minded individual, they'll think it's just fashion. But nope, it's deeper than that. They're not just covering their face, they're showing you the truth without saying a word. And that truth is that who they are isn't who they are. The truth is that power hides behind illusion, that the identity that they're portraying is a lie. Look at the trend. Celebrities walking red carpets with their whole face covered. Kanye West is the one that comes to mind the most because he's always out here in a full balaclava. Doja Cat, Kim Kardashian, all of these Balenciaga models wearing full leather masks. Even performers on stage, like The Weeknd, MF Doom, Marshmello, all of them. It's not a coincidence, it's a statement. But the question is, what are they saying? They're not just making a fashion choice, they're actually making a declaration. And here's the thing, masks have always had deep meaning in occult systems. In ancient rituals, masks are used to erase ego, to symbolically kill the individual. When you wear the mask, it is a symbol that you are taking on a new identity. You put on a mask to become a vessel. Something else takes over, a new personality, a new identity, a spirit. You stop being you become what they want you to be. And that's exactly what's happening to these celebrities who put on this mask. They aren't people anymore, they're products. And they'll convince you that they're expressing themselves. Why do you need a mask to express yourself? What they're showing is that they are puppets, they are masked puppets. That's what's happening. When you strip someone's face, you also strip their identity. No face, no voice, no face, no accountability, no face, no individuality. You're just a vessel. That's why all of these celebrities, they have to put on a mask at some point in their career. They put on these masks. Maybe it reveals the kind of entity that has taken a hold of them. The spirit that they're working with now for those certain rituals. A mask says, I don't belong to myself anymore, I've surrendered. It's visual proof of submission. This is why in many secret society initiations, the first thing they make you do is wear a mask. Not for your safety, but to remind you that you are no longer who you were before. So they love showing us things we don't understand. Like the Eyes Wide Shut movie, it wasn't just a movie, it was a warning about what happens in these underground rituals. Detached from identity, Now you're a part of something bigger, something darker. That wasn't fiction, that was a reveal. And now they've brought that energy to the mainstream. Red carpets, music videos, runway shows, they've normalized the faceless performer, the silent puppet. Even children's shows and award ceremonies now include these masked figures. So they are conditioning the masses to accept this idea. While behind the scenes, the people wearing these masks are owned. So a mask is a spiritual signal. Wearing a mask can mean that you've been initiated, that you've crossed the line spiritually, that you're no longer part of the public, you're part of the club. In some systems, the mask is the final stage of transformation, that the sacrifice has been made, the soul has been sold. Now all that remains is a figure, shaped, molded, and branded. So the next time you see another celebrity covered in leather, latex, all kinds of fabric, crystals, don't just think it's weird fashion. Ask yourself, why are they all doing it? What are they trying to hide? Or better yet, what are they trying to tell you without saying anything at all? Because they show you the truth in symbols. They hide it in plain sight, you know? See you on the next one.